Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to fish with a bait caster for large snapper. I mean like 8 kilo plus fish, big fish. I've been getting a lot of emails guys still, even though I'm in Cairns now, a lot of you guys down south are still emailing me, telling me that you've been out over winter chasing big snapper and you're hooking a few, or you're getting runs but you're not setting the hooks, you're not getting hooks, and you're mostly using spin reels. So what I'm going to do today is tell you why I pretty much use a bait caster. Always use a bait caster. There's one main reason for it, and I'll show you the technique and why I use it and why it works so well. Okay. But before I get into the bait casters, if you don't like bait casters and you'd rather just use a bigger spinning reel, I am going to suggest guys just go and buy yourself a bait runner. When you're using normal everyday spin reels, they're great when you're float lining, because this is about float lining. All these guys are float lining, okay? So drifting baits down. And they're using normal reels like this. This is a 4000 Stratic. They're using things like this, 4000, 5000. But when I used to take people out, I've noticed with them bringing out their spin gear, okay? Float lining is all very good. That's all it works very well until you hook a decent fish, or if a great big fish grabs your bait, it's peeling line off really, really quickly. And I keep on watching people trying to close a bail arm, trying to close a bail arm, trying to close a bail arm. And when the line's peeling off really quickly, it's just hitting the line and opening back up. And the fish is feeling this, and generally they'll drop the bait and they're gone. You'll miss the strikes. And I've watched that over the years so many times. I mean, so many times, guys. And people are still contacting me and saying, why am I losing big fish on my spin gear? Well, that's the reason, because when you fish, the big fish is running, they're ripping the line off and ripping it off quickly, really quickly. A big fish is going really fast. And trying to close your bail arm, it's near impossible. It keeps on hitting the line and flicking over, flicking over. Sometimes you'll get it closed and you might get lucky. But a lot of guys are missing fish because of spin reels. If you do want to stay with a spinning type reel, guys, just go back to old faithfuls. Go back to your bait runner systems. They're similar to the bait caster. I like the bait caster because they're small and light and I can just hold on to them. They're just nice and easy to use. These things I find big and bulky, and I just can't be bothered with big heavy gear nowadays. But they've got the bait runner system on it. So when you're feeding line out, the fish can pick up and run, and if your bait runner system's on, the fish is running, and all you have to do is turn the handle. And the bait runner system will click into gear, and then just keep winding until you feel weight, and then strike, okay? And then that's generally you'll hook up the big fish. And then, well, it's a bit of luck to stop them before they get to the bottom and brick you, but that's the fun part. But if you don't want to use bait casters, go back to the old-fashioned bait runners and use the bait runner system. Like I said, just feed line out, and when a fish grabs it and runs, he's running, just turn the handle. This will click into gear, you're back on fight and drag, so you don't miss as many. They're very good reels. They've been around for, well, ever. Long time. But I'm wanting to talk about bait casters. I like using bait casters. I like using these things. They look small, and most people look at it and say, oh, it's a lure casting reel for barra, jacks. Well, basically they are. But I used to love these fishing the shallow reefs off southeast Queensland. Two reasons. The main two reasons I use bait casters. Well, actually, three reasons. They're small, they're light, they're compact, they sit in the palm of your hand, they're very comfortable to use. You can use them for hours on end, you don't get tired. Okay? The next reason, thumb bars. While you're float lining, to do float lining properly, so many people have come with me and wonder why I catch fish and they haven't. There's a main reason, because I actually sit there and float line. Everyone else throws their bait out, puts a rod in a rod hole, or bait's wafting around high in a water column, and they think they're float lining. Yeah, you might get the occasional strike, very rare, but occasional one. But when you're doing this properly, you stand at the back of the boat and you actually keep feeding line out, guys. You just want to keep feeding line out, just like that. You basically want a belly from the tip of your rod to the water. You want a bit of a belly. You just want to keep feeding line so there's a bit of a belly, so you know your bait's floating down through the water column. Just sinking down very slowly and naturally through the water column. That's how you float line. And with bait casters, I find it very easy. I just rest my thumb on the spool and I'll just peel line out like so. I can stand there for hours just doing this. And even if you start daydreaming and a fish takes off, because your thumb's resting on the spool, these fish hit hard and they run. Your thumb gets hot. And if you've got braid, it actually can start to burn. But you'll feel your thumb getting really hot. You'll know the fish is running. Then all you got to do is click the handle. your thumb bar clicks up, the reel's back in the fighting drag. Straight away. There's no trying to close bail arms and flip-flopping around and carrying on. You just turn the handle. So you're in free spool, okay? Turn the handle, thumb bar clicks up, you're back in fighting drag. And then once again, once you do that, you keep on winding until you feel weight. Because when you float line, there's a big belly in the line between the bait and you. There's a bit of a belly, okay? So you want to wind that belly out quickly until you feel solid weight, then strike, and then hang the hell on, okay? If you're just clicking the gear and strike, all you're doing is pulling that belly. And 9 times out of 10, the fish will feel something funny and just let go of the bait. So yeah, there's a few different tricks to this, but I like the baitcaster because once again, thumb bar, I can just stand there peeling line like this, just keep it nice and slack in the water so the bait's just wafting down very slowly. And if I get a strike, clicking into gear, wind like the clappers until you feel solid weight, strike, and then hang the hell on. Because a big fish will head for the bottom quickly, and they can really go. The big ones really, you will know you got one. They go well, they go really well. Okay? And the other reason I like baitcasters, because most of you guys know when I was down southeast Queensland, I used to fish around 30 metres of water, quite close in. And the shallow reefs catching a lot of big fish, a lot of big snapper. I caught a lot of big snapper in close. And I love these reels because I only run 10 kilo braid on them. I've got even my little drum reel there and a little low profile. They've both got 150 yards or 135 metres, whatever it is, of 20-pound braid. That's all the line I use because these are about stopping power. You want to stop the fish before they get to the bottom. They're not going to run across the ocean and everywhere else. If you hook something that does that, it's probably a shark, or say this summer it might be a mackerel or something, but it's not going to be a snapper. Snapper will go straight down to the nearest bit of reef and try and brick you. So you want a stopping power. But the only reason I run these little ones, with only 130 metres or whatever, 150 yards, 130 metres, 135, whatever it is, yeah, around there, is when you're doing it, sometimes you can start, honestly, you can start daydreaming. You just stand there peeling line off, nothing's much happening, you just start daydreaming, waiting for your thumb to start burning. And with a little bit of line, if you keep doing this and doing this, it doesn't take long to go through 130 metres. You get through that much line, you know your bait's well and truly on the bottom, and it's time to wind up and start again. If you've got a big spool and you've got 300 metres plus on there, you can stand there all freaking day doing this and you won't know where the hell your bait is. But at times I have caught myself looking at the bottom of the spool thinking, shh, well bugger, the bait's here and I've got a big belly of line out in the current. I was like, just daydreaming. But you'll get to the bottom, you know you're way too far out, wind up, do it again. And it's not that far to wind up with much line. So that's one of the reasons I use it. Okay? And another reason is, as I was saying before guys, baitcasters, they are a very small, light and very powerful reel. They are designed to cast lures and stuff in this shallow snags and things for barra, jacks and powerful fish. So they do well on snapper. Of course, my biggest snapper so far on these is about 12 kilo. And I've got a lot of fish over 10. This time baitcasters on 10 kilo. A lot of guys are going to look at you and say, no, you got to use 15 kilo or 24. Hey, nah, bullshit. 10 kilos is more than enough. You will win some, you will lose some. It's fishing. Get over it, try again. Okay? But 10 kilos is more than enough. And like I said, my biggest one so far is just over 12 kilo on this. And I've got a lot of fish over 10. And these little baitcasters on 10 kilo. And the other one I use, other baitcasters, is little 200 Calcutta. So a little drum style, but once again, still only got 150 yards or 135 metres of 10 kilo braid. Okay? And same deal. It's just a little baitcaster, but you get a thumb bar at the back, you can free spool, and then all you got to do is turn the handle, back into fight and drag, wind it like the clappers until you feel solid weight, strike, and hang the hell on. And if you are going to do this type of fishing, guys, I suggest baitcasters. They do work well, and you can stand there all day. They're so small, light and comfortable, sit in the palm of your hand. Like I can just sit there all day like that, just feed line, and start daydreaming until your thumb gets hot. Because you just have your thumb resting lightly on the spool, when it starts tearing off, your thumb does get hot. You all know, don't worry, it'll wake up. Okay, and then just turn the handle, and you're in fighting gear, go for it. The other thing I was going to say, if you're going to get reels like this, great little reels for chasing snapper in the shallow reefs, but match them up with at least 8 to 10 kilo rods, baitcaster rods. Okay, I think this is like a 10 kilo stick, there's a custom made one. The other one I've got's 8 kilo. So I've got 8 to 10 kilo rods. And when you got those sort of outfits too, you can use them for a lot of things. Like I said, you can take them up the rivers chasing jacks. If you're going for a trip up north chasing barra, you can use them for a variety of things. So guys, they're not just for snapper. And I've caught school drill and stuff on these things, and all sorts of reef fish on them. Christ, I've even cooked makos on these things. Nearly got one off the Gold Coast, about 6 foot, nearly. He got near the boat and then he sort of woke up. I had no hope then. He dripped 135 metres off very quickly. But I've caught little dogtooth on these, red emperor. Like I said, hook makos, nearly got makos, but you know, until I wake up. Caught small hammerheads on them, caught lots of mackerel on them. Schoolies, spotties mainly, but I have caught smallish Spaniards on them. They're just a very powerful little reel, and they do catch a lot of fish, guys. So that was it. I was just the emails I'm getting, people is why I'm losing fish. I can't hook fish. I've got so many emails like that from you guys down south, and I keep on asking. Everyone comes back just using a spin reel, but the fish is running. Bail alarm won't close. Bail alarm won't close. Yeah, I know. I've seen it all before. The guys I fish with. So once again, guys, you're having trouble with a spin reel hooking decent fish, go buy yourself a bait runner. If you don't want to use a bait caster, bait runner's got the fighting drag, the bait runner mode. You just put it into free spool, the fish can run, turn the handle, now it's back in the fighting drag. Okay? And if you don't want to go big and bulky like them, go get yourself a nice little profile bait caster. Don't buy a cheap one, it's not going to do you any favours. Buy a reasonable one. Look at SL Lexes, Corrados, things like that. Okay, even Calcuttas if you can still find them. They got a 6 to 8 kilo drag, which is more than enough. It's not 20 kilos, but you don't need that. 6 to 8 kilos more than enough drag. You're on a 10 kilo line. 135 metres on there. A couple of metres of 30 pound, trace, fluorocarbon if you want, or just normal trace. And your good old flatlining rig, just back to your stock standard flatlining rig. Snelled hooks, tiny sinker, depending on the current. I've talked about this so many times, change that depending on current. Put a half pilly on there, a whole pilly. I don't like whole pillies, I usually use half, 3/4, or half yakkers, slimies, that sort of thing. And just drop it at the back of the boat, just let it waft down naturally through the water column, guys. That's it. And these little reels are fantastic for that. Anyway, I've waddled on enough about this one. Once again, if you like the videos, guys, give me a thumbs up and a like. I'm not sure what the next video will be, but we'll see how we go next week. The weather's still blowing us arse off up here, so we'll get out fishing at some stage. If not, or I see you guys write me in an email, we'll talk about that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.